Friday, May 7th. So the moon is in Pisces very early on hours of the day, but is going to go void, of course, around 4:30 a.m. again, Atlantic Standard Time. The moon then moves into Aries energy around 9 a.m. And this is going to be a fired up, passionate, very excitable type of energy. We definitely need this. We need this fire energy to pluck us out of all the deep, watery emotions that we would have experienced over the last couple of days, with that Piscean energy being very dominant. So here's the thing though, Friday, I'm deeming a moon day. The moon is the only planetary or luminary body making aspects throughout the cosmos, 8 to be exact. So before the moon actually moves into the Aryan energy, again, very much in the Piscean energy, it does make an aspect with Uranus. It makes an aspect with Pluto. It makes an aspect with Venus and Saturn. And then we make an aspect with the true node and with Jupiter right before it jumps into Aries energy. So what does this mean? It means that a lot of us are going to be having a lot of details downloaded to us in our dream state. The world is very much asleep at those early hours of the day, and the moon making an aspect with Uranus, suddenly we get divine source information downloaded to us in our intuition, in our dream state. Piscean energy very much rules over the dream state, the unconscious. The moon making sextiles to both Pluto and Venus likely will give us an energy when we wake up where we definitely know where it is in our relationships that we have to make some major moves, either to deepen the connection or to disconnect from the connection. The aspects that the moon is making to Jupiter, the true node, and Saturn before entering into Aryan energy is kind of a blip of recognizing in our subconscious selves, in our energetic bodies, where it is that, yes, we are growing through recognizing aha moments in the unconscious mind, and then of course growing and expanding on that once we awaken and kind of have these vibes. Like, did you ever wake up from a dream and you were just like, wow, like that was profound, and it actually changes the way that you view people in your waking life, circumstances in your waking life? Like, dream material has the ability to totally change your waking life game. And I feel like that's what we're going to be experiencing, especially as many of us awaken to the moon in Aries. So the moon in Aries is like a fresh start. It's the first sign of the zodiac. We get fired up again. We get reignited. We come to life again, especially again coming out of all of that Piscean energy. And we become a little bit more bold and confident to go ahead and actually take steps forward, to move, to change, to take action. And this is going to bode very, very well for us, especially as we move into Saturday. But before that happens, the moon makes an aspect with the sun. So the moon now in Aries in this fire energy, making an aspect with the sun in Taurus in this earth energy. This is a little bit, it could either be aggressive, it could be restless, it could be frustrating. Why? Because fire and earth have a tendency to bump heads a little bit. You know, fire can burn through earth, no problem. But if there's not enough earth energy there, the fire has nothing to really ignite itself over. So there is going to be a little bit of an inner conflict in order to adapt to this new energy. But the moon in Aries then sextiles with Mercury in its place of power in Gemini. One thing we know very well is what fire and air do, and that either makes for a way bigger flame, or it can put a lot of us in danger by having too much oxygen fan the flames of that fire and it just getting out of control. So there's likely going to be an alignment between the heart and the head, but we're charged up. We are kind of, too fired up. So either our mental plane is going to be on overload, trying to process all these new thoughts and ideas and opinions and beliefs and wanting to share this energy outward, or we're going to be fired up, intensely passionate about some of the items that are coming into our brain. And of course, getting our heart space, the moon in Aries, all fired up, wanting to take charge, wanting to take action, wanting to make things happen. So the last thing that I want to talk about is that Friday is the last day that Venus is in her place of power. She's about to jump out of Tauran energy and jump into Gemini. And this is going to be a shift that is definitely going to be felt by everyone. And again, I recommend that you check out what May has in store for you so that you know how to handle these shifts. You know what to expect. But because we are at a crisis degree, because a planet is preparing to move over to a different energy, to a different sign, we have to expect that the intensity to wrap up those life lessons is really going to be felt here on Friday, which means that you might be highly triggered, frustrated with your daily routine. You might be triggered and very frustrated with your intimate personal relationships and connections. And money matters might become more of a problem than what it actually should be. Because again, we're moving out of a place of power for Venus in Taurus, where stability, where, security, where love and worth and value were at the top of her game, very grounded, very basic in her approach. And now she's going to be jumping sky high with racing thoughts and all kinds of ideas and wants, needs, and desires to expand her mental plane when she jumps into Gemini. So just be cautious that there's going to be a lot of probably anxiety or pressure or restlessness arise, not only because of the moon's energy, but because in the background, Venus is trying to kind of get everything that she needs done, tied up and finished before she moves on into Gemini.